Let me tell you something, and I mean this. Spence and Garcia are fighting December 5. If they really want to make a big pay-per-view, I'll put Terence Crawford in with both of them, one at a time, and he beat both of them the same night. He is far and away the best welterweight in the world. He goes back to the great welterweights like Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. He would have been competitive with them. The welterweights around now are not competitive with Terence Crawford. Errol Spence will try to avoid Terence Crawford as long as he can because he knows he can't beat Terence Crawford. You saw the performance tonight. I mean, he'll take out Errol Spence in about the same number of rounds like he took out Kell Brook.
Again, a lot of it depends on the amount that each fighter wants, it's a guarantee. Because in these times, the pay-per-view market is decimated. It is not what it was. And therefore, how do you pay the fighters, particularly without a gate? So again, so much depends on the pandemic being under control. Otherwise, it's just talk and it's nonsense.
Bob said Errol Spence is ducking Terence Crawford. But the whole absolute truth is that's absolutely false. Because Bob Arum, a day ago, he came out and said that the Errol Spence fight can't happen right now due to money issue.
Yeah, because of the COVID.
Yeah, he said because of the COVID. He said the pandemic, there's no gate. He said if Errol Spence fight Terence Crawford right now, how are we going to please these guys and pay them the money they're worth? We can't pay them the money they want to get paid. So the fight can't happen right now because there's no money due to the pandemic, right? But it's funny, he went on about the COVID protocol. He said, listen, when we host an event, we automatically lose $500K just based on the COVID protocols. So instead of having money coming in from the gate, it'd be like 5 million, which that's completely false. Yeah. If Terence Crawford fight Errol Spence, the gate will be at least 20 million.
So with this COVID, if they fought
AT&T Stadium, AT&T Stadium, they will sell out the 40K. You know, obviously they can't do 80K, but they could sell out 40K due to the fact they got to cut the number in half due to the pandemic. But Bob said they're obviously going to lose out on the gate, which is 5 million, when in fact it's 20 million. So he said instead of us being plus 5 million going into the fight, we're going to be minus 500K. That's why we can't make the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight right now due to the pandemic. There's no money, and the pay-per-view era is dead. There's no pay-per-views. You really can't sell pay-per-views, and we know that's not true because obviously Javante does great numbers on pay-per-view. Errol Spence does great numbers on pay-per-view. And so just because you don't do good numbers on pay-per-view don't mean other networks don't do good numbers. PBC does the best numbers on TV and on pay-per-view. But I'm just showing you how it's for Bob to say before the fight can't get made with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford right now, not because of Errol or Terence. They want to fight each other, but because of the pandemic, there's no money right now. And then after the fight, so he got his hat promoter on calling out Errol Spence for ducking. It's like you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
This is my take on it because like a couple of days ago, I don't know if you heard, like Max Kellerman and Terence Crawford had an interview, and he was saying, you know, Bob Arum said like they was under he was gonna be there for life, and Terence Crawford said he got a couple more months, not even a year. And he's going to see where it goes from there. See, I think Bob Arum is going to do whatever he can do to make Terence Crawford happy right now.
Yeah. I hope Terence don't fall for that old trick in the book because remember, all along they promoted Lomachenko as pound for pound #1. During Crawford interview, they erased the Lomachenko losses, putting him over Crawford as pound for pound #1, right? They will promote Lomachenko fights heavy, and they won't promote Crawford the same way. Remember, I mean, who does the biggest numbers on ESPN? It's always been Terence Crawford, not Lomachenko. Yeah. But they're going to promote the lesser talent and the fighter that's less popular just because he's on the hope list. So I hope Terence Crawford don't fall for that because, like I said, he was just bashing Terence before the fight. He was just bashing Terence before the fight. All of a sudden now there's all this high praise. Remember, Terence even said, I don't want to fight Errol Spence right now because once I beat Errol Spence, I don't want nobody to make no excuses. Oh, he was no longer the same. He said, I want Errol Spence to have a tune-up or two, couple fights, and then come see me once he's 100% ready. And he also said the fight will happen when the money is right. So we know Errol Spence is not avoiding him, because even Terence agrees, Bob Arum agrees, they're all on the same page, but they want to throw out these false narratives just to make Errol Spence look bad, when we know Errol Spence cut from the truth cloth. He called out Terence Crawford, he called out Danny Garcia, he called out Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, he called out everybody coming off a car accident. Who does that? Who does that coming off a car accident?
He want to fight the best.
Yeah.
I really don't like how ESPN, if you're not like under top rank under ESPN, like I don't think they give PBC fighters their credit. They gonna always give ESPN fighters they gonna hold them above every other fighters, even if it ain't true.
Always trying to discredit.
This is really, this is what I want to see though. I want Terence Crawford to go and come to PBC, because I want to see a tournament like bracket over there. Like, man, that'll be beautiful.
Golden era all over again. And we're not going to be able to have that golden era in that tournament if Bud sticks with. You see Terence have all the talent in the world. So, man, it'd be heartbreaking to see Terence Crawford kill more of his prime years instead of going to PBC right away. You can't be loyal to people that's not being loyal to you, that's mistreating you. That's true. Now they want to throw out false narratives, Errol Spence ducking, just because they know they have one more fight left on the deal with Terence. And if they don't make the Errol Spence fight now, Terence could end up leaving and going to PBC. Like I said, you cannot question Errol Spence's heart. Errol Spence coming off a car accident, instead of having a tune-up, he fighting Danny Garcia. That's ridiculous. He
jumping straight in the fire.
That's the truth right there. So, like I said, I just hate these false narratives. Like you said, they don't want to give PBC the credit they deserve. I mean, Floyd Mayweather even went on First Take and he told Max Kellerman, and he caught him bluffing. You know, Max was like, ESPN, we do the biggest numbers. Teofimo, he did 3 million on ESPN. Floyd was like, hold on. He said, nah, PBC, we do big numbers all the time. He said, we do 5 million, 6 million, 4 million all the time. That ain't nothing to us. And we do great numbers on pay-per-view. So you guys ain't going to take no credit away from us. And then Max was trying to fix it. He was like, I'm not taking credit away. He's like, well, I'm not going to allow you. Or something like that. That shit was hilarious. But let me read the super chat real quick. So, Peace, Akhi. What's the chance of Bud going to PBC in 21? 90% chance, I'll tell you that, because if he don't, that'd be the biggest mistake of his career, because like I said, you cannot be loyal to people that's not being loyal to you. Man, Bob came out and said that Terence Crawford and Lomachenko have better talent than Tyson Fury. But the reason why Tyson Fury got an $80 million deal with ESPN is because he like a Superman at the heavyweight division. It's like, what? So you got better talent, but you rather give the bigger amount of money to a Superman that have lesser talent. But let me read this other super chat real quick, my brother. Jeremy said, highest attendance ever is 29K. You think Bud and Errol almost double that? ? Also, you think they have top 5 gate all time too? #delusional. Man, you don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. But you don't know shit about boxing. He said the highest gate ever is 29K. Man, Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia did 47,000. Where the hell you been? Yeah. So do your homework before you start talking. I don't know what the hell you talking about. Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia did 47K when it came to the fans that attended the fight. So think about it. Errol Spence is a bigger star now. Terence Crawford is also a big star. Man, they sell out an 80,000 stadium when it comes to an arena.
Easy.
Man,
easy.
Where you been, my man? Where you been, my man? You talking crazy. You talking crazy.
Where you think Bud goes from here? Who you think he fight next?
Oh, pretty. Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.